Hi guys! Today I'm going to be talking about 3 cues and prompts you can use with kids to elicit the S sound. I'm going to talk about an approximation cue, a tactile cue, and then a verbal visual cue. So before we get into it, I just want to review S is an alveolar fricative and it's voiceless. So for an approximation cue, we really are targeting the placement for S and then working our way into the manner of the sound. So you have your child make the t sound, just T, and that puts the tongue in the alveolar placement. And then what you work your way into is increasing the speed in which they produce t. So you start t, 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 and then you have them increase the speed, so t, 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 and then ideally you increase the speed enough to where it turns into an S. So for the tactile cue, we're focusing more on the manner of S. It's a long sound versus a short sound, and that's how I would describe it to kids. Instead of saying it's a fricative, they're not going to know what that is. And an easy way to do that is to just take your finger and slide it down their arm and say, I want you to hold this sound for as long as I'm touching your arm. And the idea is that as long as they feel your finger on their arm, they're holding that S sound. So for the verbal visual cue, I find it works well for children who have good awareness of their articulators, and it's good for those kids who do the interdental. So the ones who have their tongues coming forward. An easy way to kind of cue them is to say, don't let your tongue come through your teeth, or, this is the snake sound, make sure the snake stays in the cage. And what you can do for that is have them smile with their teeth and say, remember to keep your teeth together. And then have them do the s, and they'll go, and you say, oh, don't let the snake come out of the cage, and you kind of model it for them. You can also use a mirror for the ones who don't really need a model anymore, but they still need that cue. And I think a mirror also helps with that awareness. It helps them see what they're doing with their tongue. It helps them see the difference between when they put their tongue through their teeth and when they put their tongue behind their teeth. And there you have it. Those are 3 cues and prompts you can use with kids to help elicit the S sound.